Okay, so we're diving into something today that I think we all kind of struggle with, those first few hours of the day.
Absolutely.
And how to make the most of them. We've got a lot of interesting ideas here about why having some kind of structure in the morning, a routine, can really make a big difference. Not just for, productivity gurus, but for everyone.
Yeah.
Really.
It really is for everyone.
So in this deep dive, let's see if we can pull out some practical stuff, no-nonsense steps that people can actually use in their own mornings, to feel more focused and just have a better day overall without feeling like they have to become
Right. No boot camp.
Yeah, exactly. Some kind of hardcore morning person.
No, forget that. Forget the pressure of that ideal.
Yeah.
What we're really after here is looking at the science and the evidence behind how to use those first few moments to your advantage. Yeah. It's really about strategically setting the stage for whatever comes your way during the day.
I like that.
Yeah.
Setting the stage. Okay, so let's jump right into a pretty common battleground, I think, for most of us.
Yeah.
The alarm clock.
Ugh.
The stuff we've got here really highlights why waking up early has some, obvious benefits.
Yeah.
But maybe, even more importantly, it kind of gets into why hitting that snooze button might actually be hurting us more than helping.
Right.
You know what I mean?
It's so tempting, though, isn't it?
It is. It is. I'm definitely guilty of it.
I think we all are.
So what's the science say about what's going on when we hit snooze?
So it's really interesting when you look at the research. Hitting the snooze button really messes with something called your sleep inertia.
Sleep inertia. What is that?
It's basically that grogginess you feel right when you first wake up. And when you hit snooze, you're actually telling your brain to start a whole new sleep cycle. But you're not giving it enough time to actually complete that cycle properly. So you end up with this fragmented sleep, which can actually make you feel way more tired than if you had just gotten up when that first alarm went off.
So it's better to just rip the Band-Aid off.
Kinda, yeah.
Get up.
Get up and get going.
Yeah.
And what can really help with that is setting a consistent wake-up time. Even on weekends, if you can manage it, that helps to regulate your circadian rhythm. It's like your internal clock.
I've heard of that.
That controls a lot of our biological processes.
Interesting.
So if you can keep it consistent, it helps you feel more awake in the morning.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. It's like your body knows what to expect each day.
Exactly.
Gets into a rhythm.
It gets used to that pattern.
So, all right, let's say you resisted the snooze button. You're up, you're out of bed.
Good for you.
What's the next step?
All right, well, think about it. Your body's basically been, running on fumes, fluid-wise, all night long. So rehydrating first thing in the morning, it's not just about quenching your thirst.
Right.
It's about getting all your systems going again. It plays a huge role in all kinds of bodily functions.
So it's like an essential first step for everything else to work properly.
Yeah, exactly. For example, water is super important for neurotransmitter function.
Those are
the messengers in your brain that affect your mood, your concentration, all that. And it also helps with things like delivering nutrients to your cells and getting rid of waste products.
I see. So it's not just about how thirsty you feel, it's actually affecting how your brain works too.
Absolutely. Yeah. Some studies have even shown that even being a little dehydrated can mess with your cognitive performance, make it harder to think straight.
Wow, I didn't realize it had that much of an impact.
Yeah, it's pretty significant.
And I remember reading something about adding lemon to your water. Is there anything to that?
Well, it's a popular tip, and there are a couple of reasons for that. Lemon has vitamin C, which is an antioxidant, so that's good. And some people find that the kind of acidic taste actually helps with hydration.
Oh, interesting.
Makes you want to drink more. Plus, some people think that lemon can help your liver function.
Okay.
But more research is needed on that one. It's definitely not going to hurt, though, to add a little lemon to your water.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty easy thing to try.
Exactly.
All right. So we're awake. We're hydrated.
Good.
How do we get the rest of the body going?
Well, the next thing to consider is movement.
Okay.
Getting some exercise in.
Makes sense. Our sources are pretty clear on this, that some physical activity in the morning is...
Yes, it's really beneficial.
Really beneficial.
It's all about that mind-body connection.
Okay.
Exercise does way more than just burn calories.
Right.
It releases endorphins, which, make you feel good. And it gets your blood flowing, including to your brain, which helps you think better and focus throughout the day.
So it's almost like a warm-up for your brain.
Kind of, yeah. And it can even help manage stress. later on.
Interesting. And the good news is we're not talking about having to do a crazy workout first thing, right?
No, not at all. It could be anything. A full workout, sure, if you're into that.
Yeah.
But it could also be some yoga or stretching or just going for a walk.
Yeah.
Whatever gets your body moving and makes you feel good.
Right.
It's about setting that tone for the day, physically and mentally.
I like that. Okay, so we've got the body moving. What about the mind?
Well, that's where mindfulness and meditation come in.
Right.
Which I know can sound intimidating to some people.
Yeah, a little bit.
But the good news is it doesn't have to be a big-time commitment.
That's good to hear. So what's the benefit then?
The real power of mindfulness and meditation is that they help you be more present. Just 5 or 10 minutes of focusing on your breath or doing a guided meditation can really help lower those stress hormones.
Yeah.
That might be running high in the morning. It's like hitting the reset button on your mind before the day gets crazy. And over time, if you do it consistently, it can actually change your brain.
Change your brain?
Yeah, the areas that deal with attention and emotions.
So it's almost like building mental muscle.
Yeah, kind of. Building resilience.
Interesting. Okay, so we're awake, hydrated, we've moved our bodies, we've taken some time for our minds.
Sounds like a good start.
I think so. But now we gotta, think about the actual stuff we need to get done.
Right, the to-do list.
The to-do list, yeah. Is that really that important?
It's more about being proactive with your day.
Okay.
Instead of just reacting to whatever comes at you.
I see.
When you take a few minutes to write down your tasks and, importantly, prioritize them,
yeah.
It gives you a sense of control and direction. And just the act of putting it all down, whether you use an app or a planner or just a piece of paper,
yeah,
it really helps solidify your focus. You can figure out which tasks are the most important, the ones that will actually move the needle.
The high impact stuff.
Exactly.
So it's about being intentional with your energy.
That's it. And speaking of energy, what fuels all that is a good breakfast.
Oh, right. Breakfast.
Yeah.
It really is the most important meal of the day, isn't it?
It really is. It's breaking the fast from the night before. A balanced breakfast with protein, healthy fats, and fiber.
Okay.
Gives your brain the steady energy it needs to function.
So what happens if you skip breakfast or just have something sugary?
Well, the problem with sugary stuff is it gives you that quick spike of energy,
yeah,
but then it crashes really fast, and that leaves you feeling sluggish and tired.
Right.
A balanced breakfast, on the other hand,
right,
keeps your blood sugar stable and provides that sustained energy you need.
Gotcha. So it's not just about eating something, it's about eating the right things.
Exactly. You want to fuel your body the right way.
All right, so we're doing all these good things, getting into a good routine.
Yeah.
But there's this, big distraction lurking out there.
I know what you're going to say.
Our phones, our devices, social media, all that. Our sources are pretty clear that we need to limit this, especially first thing in the morning.
Yeah, it's crucial. Those first few moments of the day really set the tone for your mind.
Okay.
So if you start your day scrolling through emails or social media, you're letting all those external things control your attention.
Right.
It's like you're being reactive instead of proactive.
Yeah, I see that.
By putting off those digital distractions, even for a little while, you give yourself space to do the things we've been talking about.
The things that actually help you focus.
Exact.
So it's like creating a buffer zone for your mind.
Yeah, protective barrier.
And speaking of feeding your mind, in a more positive way, our sources also talk about the importance of reading or listening to something inspirational.
Yeah, it's about intentionally putting positivity and knowledge into your day.
Okay.
Whether it's reading a few pages of a book or listening to a podcast.
Like this one.
Like this one, exactly. Or even watching a short video. Anything that motivates you or makes you think differently.
So it's about choosing what you put into your mind.
Exactly. It's all about being proactive and shaping your perspective.
I like that. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
But there's one more thing I want to ask about that came up in our research, and this one might sound a little crazy.
I think I know what's coming.
Cold showers.
Cold showers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know it sounds a little extreme.
It does.
But there's actually a lot of evidence suggesting that they're really good for you.
Really? How so?
Well, when you expose yourself to cold, it triggers a bunch of things in your body.
Okay.
It improves circulation, makes you more alert because it releases epinephrine, which is like adrenaline.
Wow.
And it can even boost your mental toughness.
Interesting.
Because you're overcoming that initial shock of the cold. It's a great way to wake up and feel energized.
Definitely sounds like a shock to the system. All right, so we've talked about a lot of different elements here.
We have.
But if there's one takeaway that seems to come up again and again, it's the importance of consistency.
Absolutely. Having a consistent routine is what makes all of these things work.
Right.
When you do them regularly, they become automatic.
You don't have to think about it as much.
Exactly. And that's what leads to those long-term changes in productivity, focus, your overall well-being.
Yeah.
Your body and mind, they like predictability.
It's like anything else,
Yeah.
The more you do it, the easier it becomes.
Right. It becomes a habit.
So for everyone listening, the key point here is that creating a morning routine, one that works for you.
Yeah, that's important.
Can be a really powerful tool to boost your day and just make you feel better overall. We've talked about a lot.
We have.
Waking up early, resisting the snooze, hydrating, moving your body, mindfulness, planning your day, eating a good breakfast, avoiding distractions, finding inspiration, even cold showers, and above all, being consistent.
It doesn't have to be overwhelming, though. You don't have to do everything at once. Start small. Pick 1 or 2 things that resonate with you and slowly add them into your routine. Those small changes, over time, they really add up. They're much more sustainable in the long run.
Yeah, small steps lead to big changes, right?
Absolutely.
So here's something to think about. What's one small change you can make to your morning routine tomorrow?
Yeah.
That could have a ripple effect on your whole day.
How can you set yourself up for success?
And make you feel more accomplished.
Just one small thing.
Yeah, just one small thing. Thanks for diving deep with us.
Absolutely. It was a pleasure.
See you next time.
See you then.